Hey everybody, I'm JJ and you're watching Reality Survival. Today we're going to talk to you about water bricks. Water bricks are a really cool storage container. They're kind of a multi-use item, and I think that they can really be a great addition to your preparations and your efforts to be more self-reliant and be able to take care of yourself in a disaster situation. You know, water is one of the first things that we should try to address in our preparations for wanting to be more self-sufficient. Having water and having fresh water is critical to our survival, but it's also critical to our ability to function at our most efficient. You know, if we're dehydrated, our capacity for making decisions and that kind of thing is degraded significantly. And when we aren't thinking clearly and that kind of stuff, that's when we make the wrong decisions, and that's when people get hurt. So having water, having the ability to store water, and the ability to have fresh drinking water in critical situations is really, really important. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the water brick, and we're going to look at their specifications. We're also going to look at how they're constructed, you know, see how tough these things are and are they going to be durable for you. And then we're also going to look and see, can they actually practically be incorporated into your house without being a big nuisance? You know, that's one of the things, you know, as preppers we buy a lot of gear and stuff, but can we use it, and can it, you know, is it going to be something that can sit around and not be in the way and obtrusive and all that kind of stuff? So anyway, guys, we're going to go over those things. If you stick with me, we will get started here shortly. Okay guys, so here is a look at one basic water brick. Now these things are, like I said, they're pretty cool, they're pretty tough, and they're made of high density polyethylene, HDPE. You know, I don't know exactly if it's the same thing, but what it really kind of has the feel of is like what a canoe is made of, or like a kayak, you know, or something along those lines. That's what it feels like to me. I mean, it's really kind of a tough, really durable feeling, you know, polyethylene. Now, like I said, they hold about 3.5 gallons of fluid or water, or, you know, whatever it is that you want to store in it. And roughly, they're going to hold about 27 pounds of dry foods. So that I thought was pretty cool, because I hadn't initially really thought about using a water brick for like storing rice or you know, beans or something along those lines. You could even, you know, put in bullets or other kinds of things. I mean, they're really just a pretty awesome storage container all the way around. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at the approximate dimensions. It's about 9 inches wide and about 18 inches long and about 6 inches high. So not a bad size, very carryable, and you know, just really kind of good as far as being portable and being able to move it around and that kind of thing. Now, as far as the thickness of the polyethylene, is about 3/32 of an inch on average, they say. So, you know, it's not so thick that it's going to make it overly heavy and overly heavy duty, that, you know, so much so that you wouldn't really need that much strength, but thick enough that it's going to be pretty strong. They weigh about 2.5 pounds when they're empty. That's with the lid and the handle and all that kind of stuff. So they definitely are hefty. You know, they're not really weak and that kind of thing. Okay, so the reason that these things can be stacked up to 4 foot high is because they're really strong, because they've got these cylinders built into the center of them. So that actually helps them support the weight of the other water or other, you know, goods that are on top of it. And that really helps to make them more sturdy and stable, you know, as far as their stacking ability. Now, while we're talking about the stacking ability, you can see right here and right here that you've got these raised surfaces and these indented surfaces. And the reason they do that is because you can actually interlock these with other water bricks. So as you can see, they'll stack on there and kind of lock together, and that is pretty cool. And also will do so at a perpendicular angle, so that you're getting you know, a tighter fit as far as stacking goes. Now the lid opening is 3 1/4 inches, and they sized it that way. They sized it big enough so that most people could get their hands in there and be able to get stuff out, scoop out, a serving of rice or beans or whatever the case may be, or if you had bullets in it, get a handful of bullets or whatever you needed to do. It also makes it easy for filling, and as well as draining it out really quickly if you had to for whatever reason. Okay, so here's a little bit better look at the cap. Like I said, it's about 3 1/4 inches in diameter. You also have a rubber seal in here, to make it basically airtight and watertight as well. We'll test that a little bit more later on here in the video. So that kind of just fits down inside of there, and then you've got really good kind of serrations or grip points on here, so that you can really get a good tight seal on there. So pretty good heavy duty lid. Okay, so the water bricks are completely within the standards of the FDA. They don't have, they're BPA free, so they're completely safe for food and water storage. I put about 25 pounds of rice into this one, and then I've got another 25-pounder full of rice as well. So it was able to take a whole 50-pound bag, that I got from Costco, and put it into a very nice, neat, condensed space. So I really like that. You can easily toss in oxygen absorbers and those kind of things if you're worried about that as well. So a very cool storage option here for dry goods and water as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look and see how well these things move around and how portable they are and that kind of stuff. Okay guys, so as you could see in that kind of drop test there, these water bricks are tough. I mean, I dropped that thing full of 3.5 gallons of water, just standing there dropping it. I was standing on it and kind of jumping on it, and then I also took it up on my deck and dropped it up off of there from a couple of times too. And all it did is it dented this one little corner just a little bit, but no leaks, nothing like that, didn't break it. I mean, these things are tough. They're gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? So they are a little bit of an investment to get. I think they're right around 15, 16 bucks a piece. But you're not gonna have to buy any other storage containers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as water or dry goods go, or ammunition, anything like that, you're gonna be covered. I mean, they're gonna be around a long time. Now, you may be asking, well, how much can all that stuff hold? So about 30 pounds of water, or like I said, 3.5 gallons, You've also got, you can hold about 27 pounds of rice. They say that's about 264 servings. They can hold 28 pounds of beans. Obviously, it kind of depends on which kind of bean you have and all that kind of stuff. But 26 pounds of sugar, about 18 pounds of pet food. Again, that's going to kind of depend on the size of the kibble, I would imagine. 48.5 pounds of sand. Now think about that for a minute, because this could make a very good improvised defensive fighting position, you know, if you felt like you needed one or something like that. Maybe in a safe home or a safe room in your house or something along those lines. You know, they could be filled up, and I haven't done a shot test on it with, you know, to see you know, what would penetrate through this, but I'm going to take a guess and say that, you know, one layer would probably be pretty good cover, but 2 layers I can almost guarantee would be really good cover from, you know, most small arms fire. Then as far as ammunition goes, one of these will hold about 5,000 rounds, about 120 pounds worth of 9mm. And then as far as 223 goes, they say it'll hold about 2,100 rounds, which is about 57 pounds. So as you can see, guys, they're really just, they're a very multi-use kind of thing. They're very tough, and as we're looking right here, you know, this is kind of just a little end table or TV table, and you could very easily incorporate this into your house, you know, in an area where, let's say I've got 16 of them here. This is a stack of 8 here, and a separate stack of 8 here. So, you know, you're looking at just a nice little end table. You could cover that up with a nice, you know, kind of cloth of some sort or something like that, and then put a, you know, little piece of plywood on the top of it if you wanted to, so it was nice and smooth. Nobody would ever know that you're storing water there like that, and you could incorporate it in your house, and, you know, like furniture and that kind of thing. Or you could make it a little bit bigger and put your TV on top of it or something along those lines. You know, so really, just a lot of cool ways that, you know, you could incorporate this into your house without it being really obtrusive. So I think that's pretty awesome. The other thing that I'd like to talk about with these is that, you know, a lot of people, and myself included, I have a couple of rain barrels in back, and I did a video on kind of how to put in the, you know, the 55-gallon rain catch barrels and that kind of thing. The downside to a big storage container is that you can't really take it with you. You know, you can't go anywhere with it. Well, these, if you had to leave your house or something like that for some reason, it's really easy to grab a few of these, you know, toss them into your truck or toss them, you know, into the trunk of your car or whatever the case may be, you know, with your bug out bag and with whatever other stuff you want to take with you, and to be able to move to another location. You know, you can do that because of the way that these things come apart and the way that they're, you know, kind of modular, you know, like that. Now, you could say, well, yeah, you could do that with milk jugs or, you know, gallon jugs that you get from the store and whatnot, but man, they're just not as tough. You know, they're not going to be able to be thrown around and stuff like these are. You know, they're definitely just not going to last as long. And, you know, you can also get a spigot to fit on here. It's just, you know, got a little spigot with a turn valve on there. I'll throw a picture of one up in here. And, you know, so it's good for hygiene and sanitation and that kind of stuff, for washing your hands and all that kind of jazz, as well as just making it convenient to be able to get the water out and to go ahead and consume it and that kind of stuff. So really a lot of advantages to this design. I tell you that a buddy of mine first told me about these, and I was pretty skeptical on them. I was kind of like, oh man, I don't know, you know, it just wasn't really doing anything for me until I got a hold of them and I started looking at them, you know, researching them and seeing all the things that you could really do with them, and it completely changed my mind on them. It really did. And this is the first set that I'm going to get, and I'm going to definitely get an additional set as well, because it's such an easy way to incorporate having the ability to store food and or water, you know, throughout your house in a really easy fashion. Okay, everybody, so that has been a look at the water bricks. As you guys can see, they're really very versatile. They're also very durable and pretty tough, and they can really be incorporated into your house in pretty easy ways, that can help you be more self-sufficient, help you be more prepared, but are not going to be in your way and be obtrusive and all that kind of stuff. So I think they're really a pretty cool product. I definitely recommend you guys taking a look at them. Brownells has got a full new line of survival gear and emergency preparedness gear and all that kind of stuff. That's where I got these from, and go over and take a look at it. And you guys probably know Brownells. I mean, they're one of the largest suppliers of firearms, accessories, and stuff like that. But they've also added this new section for survival gear and that kind of thing. So definitely cruise on over there and take a look at them. They've got just a lot of different items that can help you out, in your preparedness and all that kind of stuff. So, as always, guys, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.